right, so we're going live here. So let's hit it off here. Voice at one, Diana Jane. Yeah, man. So lock in, guys. So we're going to be talking about mastering your mix, getting on pro level, right? So tune in, all my subscribers. So let's get to it, right? So that's the Soca remix from Dinah Jane, Balled Up. You can check it out on my YouTube page. So let's get started. So we're talking about mastering here. And this won't be long. It's being a short stream. I want to say Happy New Year to all my subscribers in advance. I hope you have a blessed New Year, man. And hoping I'm going to jump on a plane early next year, which is starting tomorrow. But we're gonna be starting. We're gonna be in LA. We're gonna be doing some music over there as well. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about mastering here, man. Right now I have the mix here, a remix I did with Diana Jane, very talented singer, and we're gonna talk about mastering. So let me know, guys, if you're locking in. I have one viewer, and that's good enough for me. So what is mastering? You know, what is mastering here? Let me jam this track here as I talk. So, mastering is obviously when you're finishing your mix and you want it to reach on that professional level. Mastering is what finishes that stereo spectrum is there. The bottom end is nice and tight, is all balanced, and the loudness of the track is ready and the feeling's good. So mastering can have a great impact on your mix, but you need to make sure your track is mixed on level, making sure you're because mastering actually starts in mixing. But let's say artist sends you a track, right? And maybe it's lacking some low end. The vocals not sitting right. There's only so much you can do in mastering. There's a lot of new technology now, like the Ozone 9, which does a lot. And the key essential thing that the pros use is a mid-side EQ here. So I'm gonna bring up my BX Digital here. Let me go ahead and I'm going to demonstrate on this remix song here. So I have the BX Digital here. And when you look at a EQ like this, you might say, man, where do I start? And mid side is basically all the stuff in solo. If I hit the solo and play the song, it's gonna play what's gonna be coming out of the left speaker or one speaker. If I hit solo over this side, this is the stereo information here, and one tip I want to leave with you guys, that when you solo your stereo mix and you're not hearing the information clearly, well, clearly I can hear the stereo information here. That's saying it's intact. If you're not hearing that and you hear distortion, then that means you messed up your mix. Things are out of phase and all that stuff. And so mid-side EQ is the way to go. And here we have our bands. We have on the low shelf here, the lows, about 100 kilohertz, 315, 3K, 5K up to 12. And we have the size we can EQ as well. So let's say for a song, you want to make sure you're not just boosting, you're listening to the song and you want to, create a feel or a vibe. So I'm going to play back a song here. Let's see what we can do with the track here. It's already pre-mastered, but I can show how you can change the feeling with the mastering. So you listen to the track first, right? So I'm going to listen to the song here. And when you listen to the song, you analyze it. Is the stereo okay? Is the bass there? Does it need more bass? Is it too much bass? Is the vocal there? Do I need to hear more clarity on the vocal? These are the questions, or these are the things you listen for. So on a typical track like this, let's say I want a little bit more body on the vocal here. I'm going to play around with some of the mid-range frequency here. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go down to maybe about 500 here. I'm going to boost. I'm going to widen the cube. Off. So what you typically want to do, you want to make sure, don't try to over EQ like 2 dB. On the sides, I'm not messing with the sides much. I'll go ahead and maybe a little bit of high pass there. I'm going to bring back in the mids. Let's play along with the top end here. A little bit of a more top end. I'm gonna listen back to the song here, before and after, right? Before, after. It sounds a little bit more warmer, a little bit more full. And now the other tool that the pros like to use are what you call the tape machine, to give it a little more natural bottom end. Or any saturation can work. Any saturation plugin. I like personally the Slate Digital Tape Machine. It works really well. So I'm gonna dial in some subtle settings here. I don't want too much. Maybe drop the input here. Bypass. On. I can switch the playheads here. Off, on. Both insert off. Both inserts on. And I can adjust some of the information here, the noise, the wow, flutter. So what you want to make sure you do, a nice safe practice, guys, is to make sure that you're not over EQing your master. You know, I'm adding just about a dB. That's about more enough. A little bit of dB here at the top end just to balance the mix here, give it a little bit fuller sound. And I'm running it through the tape machine here to give it a natural bottom and a more fuller sound. I can play around with the bias here. This is like how close, it's like the cassette, how close you have it to the wheel or how far determines the clarity of the mix. And this is what a lot of the pros are doing. And to end it off, they would use like compression, or if not compression, they would use like limiters just to catch the peaks of the song. This one has been pre-limited, so I don't need to use the limiter in this case. And there's not a whole lot going on in mastering. The subtle little things you do makes a big impact on your sound. So don't try to fix it in the master. Fix it in the mix. Make sure, guys. Fix it in the mix. Don't try to fix it in the master. So that's how you get your stuff to sound on level there. I also have a track here. I'm going to play this track here. This is a mix track here. I have a BX Digital on the master as well. I can solo the side information here. Checking my size, everything's okay. I can check in mono. Rolling off a little bit up, taking off a little bit of bottom here. Let's take off a little bit more. Let's go about right there. Before, after. And of course I have it running through the limiter. But what got the mix to this level here is stuff like this. I have a bass guitar here playing. And you might say, man, that sounds ridiculous. I'm combining it with a sound from the Legacy here. Adding a little bit of R bass, and I have this here. Taking off the R bass. If I want more bottom end, put the R bass on. Adding a little bit of saturation here from the NLS. Remember what I taught you guys on some videos before about depth? So you want to make sure you have everything intact in the mix, well balanced before you reach the mastering stage. What I typically like to do, I like to master in my mix session, meaning all my sessions is coming through this main mix bus here, and I can master on the fly rather than bouncing down to a wave file. I have to go back and change stuff again, you know. So that's what I wanted to leave with you guys here. So I'm gonna stop there, guys, and feel free to comment, support, and hit me up. Let me know any questions or concern that you have with your mix, and how how we can better the mix. So be sure to check out my new remix from Dinah Jane, which is on YouTube. Bottled Up, and look out for Producers Village, which you can send me your stems. And let's say you're struggling with getting stuff mixed properly. I can take your stems and I do a live stream on it and show how you can fix those problems. So I'm gonna say peace out, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and